conditioning, working on our routines, conditioning the fascia through vein tendon Qigong, doing some grinding exercises, the whole real big gambit of different Kung Fu exercises to make the body strong, sharpen the mind, and to work on our overall health. Okay? Yeah. Are you joining us, Kate? Okay, come on down. All right, everyone else, let's get into rows, which you've already done, so you're good. And we'll bow. As soon as Kate comes in. Come on, Kate. Yep. And bow. Okay. So we're going to start with just a little warm-up, just to warm the body. So we're rotating the arms. Really have them come across the center. Try to get a lot of activation in your shoulders here. Right? Just don't do this. Really try to get that full stretch. We're going to be doing a lot with the shoulders today. So you want to get that mobility. Alternating which hand comes down first. Right? And now switching directions. Alternating which arm or hand goes up first. Right? If you're like me, you're going to get some clicking here. This is okay. Really want to open up these shoulders. And then we're going to do a little jogging around the mats. And since it's Wayne's last day, feel free to jog faster than me. You don't have to go behind me. Wayne's last day, when he says push up, do 5 push-ups. You can do them on your knees if you need to. Push up. And back to jogging. And when Lisa with the Z says squats, do 5 squats. In the mean, oh. And back to jogging. In the meantime, high knees. Really get those knees up. It's not about moving forward as much as about getting those knees up. On those tippy toes. Yeah, back to jogging. So we're all quiet. Okay, facing the middle. Shuffling. Awful quiet, you two. Myself. There we go. And back to jogging. Butt kickers. Myself. Back to butt kickers. Squat. Slow as you can go. Back to jogging. Myself. Hey. Squat. Yeah. Yeah, line back up. Right? And opening up the hip with the knee. So the knee goes forward, now to the side. You have to put the foot down, it's okay. So work on your balance. Really trying to open up that hip. And switch directions. Want to make it extra challenging, you can have your hands in a guard. You have to engage the core more. And switching sides. So again, bring that knee forward, up, forward, out to the side. And changing directions. All right. Legs about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. Open up that left foot, drop the right knee into a monkey squat. If this looks absolutely crazy to you, you can do this. Right? There's stations. Right? Try to sink the hip down to open it up. Come up. Change sides. Right. Let it sink in a little bit, and then come up. Alternating sides at your own pace. And come up, shake those legs out a little bit. Okay. Those of you that know vein tendon, Qigong, go over to your right. Those of you who maybe know it, don't know it, never heard of it, come over here to your left with me, and we'll go over it. Anyone who wants a refresher, come on over. Okay, we got a nice spot here. So, come on into the circle. So let's make the circle a little bit bigger because we are going to have to, right? You don't have to get so far away from me. I did put on some deodorant, not that so. Right? Okay? So, vein tendon, what are we trying to do? We're trying to tonify the fascia. Right? We're trying to stretch, not flex. Stretch, not flex. So we're going to get into our horse riding stance. Right? Toes pointed in, tailbone tucked, pushing the knees out. And same thing with the bottom of all these. So if you can get those toes in, right? It's not so much about bending the knees forward. The knees want to be over the feet. But instead of them collapsing in, they're kind of going out. And it takes a little while to get used to this, but we don't want to bend the knees too much. You definitely do not want them past the toes. They just have to be bent a little bit. Now what we're going to do in the bottom, and this is true for the 4 of the 5 exercises, you're going to tuck that tailbone even more on the exhale, pulling the pelvic bone up. This pushes the knees out and stretches the fascia in the legs, right? So we're going to do this for the next 5 exercises. The top is going to change with each exercise. The first one, squeezing out the essence. We're going to make a fist, thumbs out, thumbs resting on the thighs. You're just trying to pull the knuckles down to the ground, opening up the joints, stretching the fascia. Relaxing on the inhale, and on the exhale, stretching, pulling in from the diaphragm, and stretching, pulling the pelvic bone up, pushing the hands down, relax on the inhale. And stretch on the exhale. If you know the face, you can do the face, otherwise just worry about stretching the body. Relaxing on the inhale. You're looking for this kind of elastic bouncing back. You might not feel it right away, but that's the goal. Make sure to keep the chest up so that you're not doing this. Right? We want the shoulders to come straight down. Relaxing on the inhale. Stretching on the exhale. Don't bend the knees so much. So we don't want to do this. All you're doing is moving this. Notice my knees are not really moving here. It's the pelvic's coming out. So you don't want to be doing this. This isn't going to be working the fascia the way that we want, right? And relax. Normally we do 9, but since we're going through review teaching, we're only going to do about 5 to 7, right? Depending on how you're breathing. If you have questions, ask them, right? Interrupt me, it's okay. I don't mind. Next, rock spreading its wings. Right, so the hands are at shoulder height. And we're gonna push the hands out. But as you do that, you're also pulling the elbows forward. So this is about as far as you should get. If you're doing this, you're not pulling the elbows forward enough. You should be feeling it in the shoulder and the hand. And you really want to think about opening up the joints. Use your mind. Your mind is your friend here. Right? So that's on the exhale. Inhale, relaxed. Exhale. Again, pulling in from the diaphragm, pulling the pelvic bone up. This works the legs. And pushing those hands out. Creating that space in the fingers, in the wrist. And relaxing on the inhale. Exhale. Pulling those elbows forward while at the same time pushing the hands out. Don't forget to pull in from the diaphragm. This is where it all initiates. We're pulling in the fascia here, and this pulls everything together. Pulling into the diaphragm while you're pushing out with the hands and pushing out with the knees, more or less. In and out, pretty much through the nose. Kind of comes a little bit out of the mouth if you're making the face, but more through the nose. Next, two shoulders plummeting to the ground. So here the hands are just at the sides, and we're going to visualize bringing the hands all the way down to the ground. Really trying to bury your hands into the ground. And here you really can feel, probably the easiest of all of them, this kind of elastic feeling. Because pulling the shoulders down, releasing, they want to come back up. That's how you know you're doing it right. Just pull down, everything wants to come back, right? Any questions?
Just pull down at the exhale, right?
Exactly, yep. As you're pulling in the tailbone and pulling in from the diaphragm. So there's a lot going on there, right? Just try to do the best you can, right?
But is it like when you inhale, you pull it a bit back?
You don't really have to, it'll just naturally come back. Because you're still keeping the tailbone tucked. Inhale, it's just on the exhale you're pushing a little bit more, but as you release it, it just should naturally come back.
You're right.
You know, so you don't have to think about realigning afterwards as much. Everything should just kind of bounce back. And this is what we're trying to get with the elasticity of the fascia. All right, so inhaling, nice and relaxed. Exhale. Pulling in the diaphragm, pushing those fingers all the way down into the ground, pushing those knees out, and relax. Inhale. Stretching on the exhale, relaxing on the inhale. Really relaxing on the inhale. and down. You should feel this natural bounce back in your shoulders. All right, if you're sweating, you're probably doing a good job. You might be tensing a little bit more than you need to be, but in the beginning, this is common. Right? It takes a while to get used to how to stretch. But it's not a flex. I'm not flexing my muscles. I'm stretching them. The fascia is the interweaving, this kind of webbing in your muscles. So you're trying to stretch that and tonify it. If you're flexing, you start to shake, tone it up, take it off a little bit. Right? The next one, 2 dragons chasing the pearl. The easiest way to get into this posture is to come up with your palms up and your elbows facing down, arms straight. And now just turn the wrists without turning the elbows. So what do I mean by that? Don't do this. Do this. Keep those elbows facing down as best of your ability. Your hands might not get flat, but that's okay. You want to get the elbows facing down as much as possible. The shoulders just stay in the socket. If you keep the chest up, the shoulders really can't come out of the socket. So you don't do this. No, no, no. Keep the chest up, and you'll notice your shoulders can't come forward if you keep the chest up. It's physically impossible. Don't be leaning back. This is not the key. Chest up, tailbone tucked, back straight. Right? Elbows down. And here you're just pushing the hands forward. Stretching here, 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 and all the joints in the hands, but not doing this. If you're doing this, you've collapsed your chest. Keep the chest up, right? Inhale, relaxed. Exhale, pushing forward or stretching forward. Same thing with the pulling into your abdominal and pulling up the pelvic bone, which pushes the knees out naturally. Relaxing on the inhale. Really trying to stretch it out. It'd be very good if you have kind of injury in some of the muscles that are tight, or the muscle just wants to grip and hold on. This would be a good way to stretch it out. And one last one, do one more, keep the arms out. Inhale, stretch on the exhale. Keeping those elbows facing down, arms shoulder width or wider. You don't want to do this. When you're done, relax. That's the first 4. So for the 5th one, we're going to squat. So your feet don't have to be pointing in anymore. You don't have to be in a horse riding stance. You can have them facing forward or slightly open, whatever's most comfortable. And here the arms are going to be out, but it's just for a counterbalance. You're not trying to actually get any work in the arms. And what we're thinking here is stretching the spine. So our intention is just all on the spine. You don't have to pull into the diaphragm. And here I'll talk about the face just a little bit. But there's a whole class that we do, a master class on the face. But the tensing that's happening here is the chin's coming in, you're gripping the neck, and you're pulling, like you're making a frown, and then you pull it open. And then you're opening the eyes wide, and you're stretching the fascia in the face and in the neck. Why would we do that? So that we could take more attacks, right? If you just do this, pretty sore. You can take a lot more abuse when you do that. Yeah. Chin in. Not this. Chin in. This is going to help drive the head up. This is going to help lengthen the spine, which is why I'm talking about it on this last one. And there's not that many things to think about on the last one. You're really just thinking about pulling the spine. So you're pushing the head through the ceiling. You can even imagine having a heavy boulder that you're pushing through, right? So arms out. We inhale down. Something very crucial. Keep the back as straight as possible. It doesn't matter how low you go in the squat. Keep the back straight. So if you can do this, awesome. But if you get to about here and you start doing this, stop here. We're driving the energy up. So if you start to lean forward, you're not driving the energy up, right? I'm driving the energy, it's kind of just getting stuck on, honestly, in the middle of my back. So you want to keep that back straight as possible. That's more than important than going as low as you can, right? Hands out. Again, you're just using it as a counterweight. Try not to tense them in the beginning. It's challenging. Inhaling down, nice and relaxed. Exhaling up. Stretching that spine, pushing your head up, up, up. Relaxing on the way down on you inhale. Pushing that head up, pulling your spine. Relaxing on the inhale. Now, after a while of doing this, your whole back will release. As you come up here, and then when you release, you'll feel your kind of back start to release. The fascia is a connective tissue, so it's all working together. Once you're done with them, the other group, go ahead and start with the grinding. Two more. And relax. Have a little water real quick, and then we'll get into a little bit of the grinding. A little bit longer than I wanted there. So we can pretty much just go in 2 rows here. Try to partner up with someone who's of similar strength. Right? Again, someone of similar strength. A few rows. So we're going to go kind of fast through this because we went a little long. Right? For those of you who know, you can kind of start. For those of you who don't, right hand up, touching each other on the inside, so the thumbs are facing each other. There you go. And the person who would be facing me, you start pushing towards the person's heart. It's not that one yet, Kate. So, thumbs facing each other. So rotate your hands around, your thumbs are not facing each other. Now push towards the person's heart. As you're pushing towards their heart, they're not going to let you touch the heart. They're going to turn their body and perform a block. And then they're going to push. Yeah, you turn this way. So you're going to be turning to your right. And then you push towards the other person's heart. They're going to push. And you're offering up resistance. This is a classic grinding exercise. No, be tense. Be tense. But you need to block this way. Yeah.
It's more about
but
learning the technique.
you're pushing,
and really getting
and
all the
then
power.
So you need
this
stance.
way. Yeah, it's that way. right? So you offer resistance, but not too much resistance, right? And so now you're going to
Is it
block.
walking stance or horse riding stance?
It's a walking stance. So,
There you go.
right foot in front of the left foot. Yeah, there you go. And your hand turning like this to block. Yep. Turn your hips. Turn your hips like this. Your hips. Yep. And now push towards his heart. Right. So you want to keep your arm a little bit closer to you. So you're not way out here, more here. So right before they get to your heart, you turn. And then push. And you're making this circle. Right? You're making this circle. So it's not just this. And you're getting the whole body. You want to move your legs, your waist, the whole body. Right? You guys have already done the heart?
Yeah.
Okay, start with the heart. Okay. Yeah, and you've done both sides?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, switch sides. Like I said, we're going to go through it, so switch feet. Left foot should be in front. Left hand, left hand. Left hand, left hand. Left hand. You got your left hand? Thumb to thumb. Your palms are always facing you. Probably should take off the watch. It's just going to be easier in the day. Yeah. Because we're going to be doing some things later as well. Right? Again, same thing. You're pushing towards that person's heart. The person is, before it hits their heart, they're going to do a block. And then turn the hand around. Turn the hand around and push towards their hearts. Right? So let your shoulders square up so that you're facing. You want to move the hips. Move your hips instead of just the arm. Let your arm come here and form a block as you push it out. Move the hips. Yes. And then push. Try to get to their heart. Really making a circle. Right? Okay. Now we're going to switch again. So I'm going back to the right foot. Like I said, we're going through this kind of fast today because we went a little bit long. So now we're doing the half circles to the circle. So the person who would be facing me, make a circle. Right? Thumbs are facing each other. Make a circle. It's just a half circle. Right? And then make a full circle all the way around. No, you make the full circle all the way around. Not you.
I don't get it. Like,
Yep,
should I
keep
go
going,
back?
keep going.
And then,
There,
like
yep.
that, and then he makes the full circle. So you start with a half and then full.
Yeah, you start with a half circle and then go into full circles. Right? Try to rotate around the elbow. So keeping the elbow close inside. Yeah, and then turning around when you come down here. So that the palm is facing down when you're at the bottom. So you're in more or less a lower crane block. Right? Offering up resistance. Right? Let them work for it. This is a grinding exercise, right? You want to be sweating. Try to keep those elbows nice and close to the body, using your waist and your legs. If you're just using your arm, you're not really
Go closer. Get
activating
him
this
closer.
practice fully. Right? So try to be in a walking stance. So, like this. Like this. Like this.
Closer with
Yes, much closer.
this.
Yes.
And then we keep our elbows in.
You try to. Yeah, you want to keep your elbows. You guys are a little close. Right? Yeah. Try to use your legs and your waist. You know, if you're just using the arm, you're not really, nice use of the waist there, right? We want to use our hips.
Our dancer.
We want to teach our body to work as one unit. If you're just using your arm, it's very, your arm is weak compared to your whole body. Okay, switch sides. Right, so left foot forward. And now thumb to thumb again, doing the exact same thing you just did.
You do a half circle. I do a half circle. Round, push,
Nice, now use your waist. And your legs, see, there you go. You just use your arm. You're gonna make it, try not to turn your waist all the way there. Right, you wanna keep your waist facing the opponent, but you're gonna get some movement while you're doing this. Engaging the legs. Again, try to get make it difficult. Try to use your legs. Use your whole body. Don't just use your arms. What do I mean by that? Okay, so. Now I'm turning. Right? I'm getting this movement in my legs. I'm squeezing, I'm turning the waist. Right? This is how you want to use it. And then you don't have to rely just on that, the arm, right? Yeah, once you're done, go ahead and start your Samjian. Oh, did you, yeah. Well, actually, let's go to the pinky side. Actually, let's just stop with that. Let's go into the Samjian, because I want to work on the Samjian with you all, and I want to get into some good sticky hands, pushy hands. So you got the idea. The next grinding would just be with the pinky, and the exact same thing you did with the thumb side. So just to demonstrate it, is it would just be the pinky side, right? And you just come around, and then you just do the same thing, right? But I want to get into Samjian because some of you it's your last day, and I want to make sure that you know the Samjian, and some of you don't know the Samjian at all, right? So those of you who don't know anything about what I'm talking about with the Samjian, come on over here.
If you just know the first two moves.
That's fine. Start with those, and then I'll come and teach you.
Okay.
You know this,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm going to do with them right now.
Yeah, that's the only two that I know.
Yeah. So work on that. Right, the 3 steps forward, the 3 steps back.
Yeah.
And then we'll put a beginning on it. And an end. How much do you know, Lisa?
I know the beginning
And the end?
well, no, not the end.
Okay, we'll work on getting the end. Okay. So, Samjian, maybe just line up behind me, it's going to be the easiest.
Straight back, straight back.
We're in a walking stance. So we're going to start in our horse riding. You open the left foot right to 11 o'clock. Keep the hips facing forward. Right, this is 12, 11 and 1 are what we're using with. Right, this is what our feet are essentially going to be at. And they're both going to be at the same spot. So either both at 11 or both at 1. Since the left foot is at 11, you just step forward with the right foot. It's going to also be at 11. So you land on the heel, you turn. What you want is the toe and the heel in the same line. So if you come up to the line, it's really easy to tell if your feet are in the right alignment. Right? Your feet are not in the right alignment. Nope. So if you put your heel on this line, put your heel on your toe needs to be on this line. Right? You can go a little bit wider, shoulder width. Right? This is the walking stance. 60% of the weight's on the back leg. Both legs are bent. Right? 60% on the back. Inhale. And we're going to shoot the hands out. You're going to hold your breath. You're going to pull in the fingers, pull back the shoulders and down. As you pull them down, you rotate around with the elbows. You want to make a V with your hands if you can, You want to hold. When you can no longer hold the breath, you release the breath. And it can make a sound, it doesn't have to. You're not trying to make a sound. It just happens naturally. Right? So let's try that. Inhale. Shoot out as hard as you can. Holding your breath. Pull in. Pull the shoulders back and down. Rotate around from the elbows, pulling into your diaphragm. Release. Open the right foot to 1 o'clock. Step forward on the heel. Close the foot to 1 o'clock. Inhaling while you do this. Shooting out. Pulling the fingers in. Shoulders back. Down. Rotating. Release. One more step. Open that left foot to 11. Step forward. Shoot out. Pull the fingers in. Shoulders back. Right? That's 3 steps forward. Now we're going to take 3 steps back. Pull that right foot back. Close the front foot. They both should be facing 1 o'clock. Inhaling while you do this. Shoot it out. You want to hold your breath. When you shoot out, pull the fingers in, pull the shoulders back and down, rotate around from the elbows. Come back. Pull the fingers in, shoulders back, down, rotate. Release when you can no longer hold the breath. One more time. This is the 3rd step back. Inhaling. Pull. Pull it back. Any questions?
I knew the section, I didn't know the names.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you visualize anything regarding Qi with this? Or?
Just focus. Don't, when you get more advanced, you can visualize. Just focus on trying to get the breath and the movement right, because that's going to be hard enough.
And ideally, do you hold your breath for as long as you can?
Well, not to the point that you're going, but yeah, and you're pulling in to the diaphragm, right? You're actually doing reverse abdominal breathing. We have a whole class on this, so I don't focus on it too much when you first learn it. So you want it, the key here is to be relaxed. So you want to focus on, right? If I'm stiff, you want to hear that sound. You want to drive so that the elbows stay down and you turn at the end. You do not want to do this. You do not want to do that. Right? So you're driving it like this. Relaxed. Relaxed. It's relaxed. Right? Okay, let's go ahead. Work on this. Let's see it. I want to look at it, and then I'm going to move on to help some other people. But it's 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. This is the bulk of it. So you start in horse riding stance. Open that left foot. Take a step forward. You don't really have to measure it, and you don't want your hips to turn. So you want to avoid, and see now you're not in a walking stance. So you don't really need to measure, just step forward. Right. This is going to be better, keeping those hips forward. Right? Inhale, shoot it out. Pull the fingers in, pull the shoulders back, and down. Rotate around. Right? Take a step forward, inhaling, nice and relaxed, and do it again. 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. You have the basic, everyone has the basic. Right? You can just keep your arms to the wide and keep your shoulder, keep your chest up. So it's not about trying to shoot it out like this. You want to keep the chest up. Yeah, so the shoulders don't come forward because of the individual. Pull the fingers in and then pull the shoulders back. Like you're squeezing the shoulder blades together and then rotate around. And it's not about doing this because now you've collapsed your chest. You want, the elbow should be about a fist away from your body. Right? So it's not this. It's that. Right? If you keep the chest up, your shoulders are not going to be able to come in. Yeah, that's much better. But you want to try to create a V so the hands are rotating out. You're quite flexible in your shoulders and the elbows are staying in. It can be something like that. It's going to look a little different for everybody depending on their flexibility. Yeah. You just release the breath, take a step forward, and do the same thing again. Step forward, inhale, hold the breath. Right, so we're not going. You want to hold the breath. Yes, don't exhale. It's hold the breath. You're just here. Yeah, so you're not exhaling on when you shoot out. That's not, we don't do that in this martial arts. Some martial arts, that's what they do. And this style of Kung Fu, you do not. And definitely not, at least in the Sun Chan. Did we run? Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. So, the start. Yep. We bow. We bring the hands up to the Qing Ming. We step out. We salute. Right? We show we have no weapons. Inhale. Hold the breath and ground. Once you've done that, release. Right? Then we do double upper block. And now the hands come down and curve, right? This is a defensive position. And let's see. Let's see this. Bow. Step out first. So bow. Yep. Bring it up. Step out. No weapons. Yep. And then hands just come back and we ground. Right? And you're just pulling into the diaphragm there and releasing. Right? So you inhale, exhale. Yep. Upper block, double upper block. It does not. Right, try to keep those elbows somewhat in front because this isn't really going to be a block. Just do the best you can. And then the hands come down and the elbows curve in.
Okay, again.
Right? And then from there, you just take a step forward and go right into it.
Okay, so from, so you do this, this,
Yeah, bring those in more like that.
like that.
Yeah.
Then I do the step,
Yeah, you don't have to measure.
like just stepping,
Yeah, you just step.
like this is fine, right?
Yeah, you just open the foot and step.
I inhale,
Yep. Yeah, relax. You're way too tense.
okay,
Relax. Think stretch, not flex.
better.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as tense wise, much better. Much better. Yeah. What?
Hands,
Right?
Okay.
And then you just take a step forward and begin. Yeah. Right. You want to hold the breath there. You don't exhale. Hold, pull, release the breath. Yeah. We do not exhale as we shoot out. Yeah.
For every strike, we never exhale when we like when we do
I
some
mean,
kind of
Generally not.
because
No.
it makes sense now to exhale like to
No. Not in this style of Kung Fu, it doesn't. No.
no
Yeah.
I mean like naturally it makes sense to when you
Not necessarily.
bring your pressure your internal pressure out when you want to like
No, not necessarily. Depends on what system you're using, and this system doesn't do that. Yeah. Other systems use that, so that's how they harness it, but that's not how we harness it. Yeah. Yeah, we don't use the breath in that way.
it just feel different for me. Okay.
Yeah, it might feel different, but that's just not, there's some karates that do that, there's some other martial arts that do that, but this style of martial art does not do that.
I did that for each side.
Yeah,
Forward, backward.
yeah, 3 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going, try to refine the process. Okay. You know the beginning,
Yes,
let's work on the end.
okay,
So you have the whole practice.
right.
Right? So we've just taken our last step back, right? We're going to open it up, step forward, kind of block / punch. So you're thinking about chin height, and we want to be out like this. Yeah, really nice. Okay, so that's the first move. The second move, you're kind of squeezing the shoulder blades back and then trapping. And the right hand, you're bringing the hands together, but we don't want to clink the wrists, so that right hand kind of comes to the outside, right? So you got this nice trap. Now the tricky part. Right hand comes down. And here, it's almost like you're clearing something off, right? One move, 1,000 applications. So as you do that, that left hand's coming down, and it could also be a block, right? And that right hand's just coming back to the Qingming, but palm up, right? And then you're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So that right hand comes up, right? Yeah, it's always a little awkward at first, right? So let's just try that sequence. We're here, right? Step forward, bam. Trap, yep. Right hand comes down, left hand's already there. Right? And then left hand comes out, right hand comes out. We turn towards the center. Right? So let's try that again. Let's just add the all together. You're picking it up very fast, very nice.
Yeah, I just need to remember.
Yeah. Luckily there are videos. So the right foot is on the back here, right? And then we step forward. Right? Think more shoulder, or think more chin height. Yep. Trap. Drop. Turn it in, and now we're going to shuffle back. So we shuffle back by pushing off that front leg and stepping back, and then the front leg follows. Now bring it to the opposite hip, and it turns around like this, and then that other hand comes up, and it's in the beginning when you do this. Yep, now just drop that hand down. This is what you end up with, yeah. So that left hand is the same in the beginning and the end, and the right hand's different. So again, here, shuffle back, and that left hand just comes up, right? So let's do that, and then we'll add the last part.
Can we do it all together?
Like,
All of it together one more time?
yeah, like what? Yeah, and then we'll add one more. Yeah. We're on the same page, right? So here we are. Open up, step, block, trap. Right hand comes down. Right hand comes up, right? turn, shuffle back. Keeping that in front, right? Yep. And then here we just come back into horse riding stance. And we ground, just like we did in the beginning. But hold the breath there. And then come together and bow. Right? So let's do that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys working on the end? Okay, because we're also going over the end. If you want to review it go through it with us.
Shuffling back.
Okay, so we're starting in this position where we just finished like this, right? And we open that left foot, we step forward with the right, block/punch, more chin height. Yeah, there you go. And then we trap. Drop the right hand. Left hand comes down. Right hand goes up. Same thing. Now the left hand comes out. Now the right hand comes out. Turn it over so that the fingertips go to the inside. Shuffle back. Now bring that right hand to the left hip. Turn it around. Left hand comes up. The left hand is going to be the same as in the beginning when you do this, right? And then the right hand is just straight, right? And then we come back into horse riding stance, bring fists, and we're going to ground just like we did in the beginning. Inhale, and then exhale after you release the belly. And then come back, bringing the right foot in and bowing. Right? Yeah? More or less?
For the first time, I need to practice that a little more to really rehearse.
Well, you're a little fast on that one. Typically,
I'm fast in catching up with that. Like,
well,
I
yeah,
don't think
no,
so.
yeah, because typically you wouldn't get it to your third class. This is only your second class.
Yeah.
Yeah, so generally the third class is when you learn the end. So the first one you learn the 3 steps. Second one you learn the beginning. Third one, so in a week you can learn some Qian is kind of the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
You're fast.
I skipped today.
Yeah. Right? So let's do one together, the whole class. Okay? And those of you who just know the 3 steps, do the 3 steps. If you want to try to follow along with the other part, you can, but just try to do the 3 steps, right? Okay? So, do what you know. If you want to try to follow along on parts you don't know, that's great. I'm here in the front. You can follow along. I'm not going to go too fast, right? And here we go. Bow. Okay, nice work. All right. Well, that's as slow as I go.
The invisible guy didn't see them coming, the punches, you know?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to show you real time. So that's what you're trying to get with the end. I know you just learned it, so you obviously went a lot slower, but that's what you're thinking with real time there is, right, as you get used to it, it's bam. Right, so there's this kind of firing off that happens, right? You're step forward, block, trap. That's pretty slow. That's slower than, that's too fast. No, because what you want is you want to finish it. And what I mean by that is I don't want to go, okay, that was really fast, but I didn't really finish any of the moves. What do I mean by finish? Right? Really let the energy get to the fist. Right? You can hear the energy. You can see the shaking. This is what you want. You want to finish the move. If you are going too fast, the energy is not actually able to travel all the way to the end. Right? No more stepping. This isn't really a move that you're just lowering the hand. This is the move. No, you're going backwards there. You're not really scraping the arm. It's relatively close to it. You're using the back of the hand. Right? But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for the Samchian. Right? Unless we cut out some of the conditioning training. So, and we're already behind. So, yep. Yeah, we're going to the gym. Grab your stuff. So just try to be fast right now. So now we're going to head up to the gym. For those of you watching online, and we're going to do 4 different rounds of conditioning, strength building, old Kung Fu style. Yep, then we're coming back down. So you don't have to grab all your stuff. I don't grab anything except for my phone, so we have a timer. Let's go, guys. So depending on what you can see, we're walking up to the gym right now. You can kind of see some of the beautiful landscape. We have a very sunny day now in Thailand. We're starting to get out of the rainy season and get into the more dry season. October, November, December tends to be the peak tourist time because of the nice weather. It's quite gorgeous. It can be a little hot, so we train under the cover of shelter and shade. And as we come up here, you're going to see the gym, and we're going to work with some bamboo staffs, shaking them, which helps build up the tendons and the fascia and the strength in the arms and in the core and in your back and even in your legs if you're doing it properly. Then we're going to do some conditioning on the forearms, some conditioning with the sandbags with our fists, but also teaching our body to move as one unit, which is a key in Kung Fu. We don't want to just rely on arm strength. We want to use our legs, our core, our back. Anytime we're striking, we want to use the whole body, not just one limb. That's quite limiting. Looks like we lost some people on the way up. Okay, so I'm going to take the 3 new people. If you're not sure what to do, try to find somebody who does know what they're doing other than me. Because maybe go with Wei or Richard. They've been here the longest, right? But you're going to be with me. You're going to be with me. And Yogi, you're going to be with me. Right? If you're not sure what to do, partner up with either Way or Richard. The three of you, we're going to go outside first. Yeah, we're going to do the hardest first. Okay, so we're going outside here. We're going to shake some bamboo. This is old school. Okay, this is a good one. This one's not the best, but here we go. This is a good one. Is everyone in position? Is that a yes?
Position for what?
To start. Well, you guys don't worry. Just have this bamboo facing front. I'm not so worried about you. I'm worried about the people I can't see.
We're about to fish.
Basically, so you're going to get into a good stance. Yeah, and watch out for the telephone wires. So you're going to hit the wire. Yeah, you're making this kind of the most difficult thing in the world. That's all right. They're awkward and really difficult to move. Okay. Get ready! Yeah. And begin if you haven't already. So you're going to grab the bamboo, right? A nice stance. And you're going to try to create more or less energy through the bamboo. So you're going to use your core, you're going to use your arms, you're going to use your legs, and you want to create a ripple. So you're going to go up. So it's not just lifting it up. You're trying to create a ripple. Okay. Go down. So it's this quick, it's a quick strike, just one. Up, down, up. So you don't have to try to wiggle it to create a wiggle. That's not how we're going to do it. It's just one movement. Up, and you're sending the wave of energy through. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So again, it's not so much about bringing it up, bringing it down. It's explosive movement. Up, down. You notice mine's not moving that far. What?
Your arm is bent.
Yeah, your arm can be bent. It's kind of how you want to do it. But you're moving from the core, the legs, the arms, the whole body. Right? So it's this explosive movement up, explosive movement down. Right?
You don't exhale when you do it, when you push, when you bend, when you go up, down.
Yeah, you can exhale.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an explosive movement. So you're exploding into the movement. And that's why it's not there's no explosion here. Right? Now I'm just lifting it up and down. I want to explode it up, explode it down. Switch sides. Takes some while to get used to, but you're sending energy into the end. And how you know you did it is because it moves. If you just do this, you're not really doing anything. So it's explosive, 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 explosive. Right? Right, switch sides again. Now we're going to go sideways. So So you're probably going to want to face more that way, at least you, Yogi. Yeah, so that you don't have to go over there, just face that way. Yeah, and kind of face that way, otherwise you guys are going to be right on top of me, right? So, left, right, left, right, left, right, right. Getting that wiggle, getting the energy through, using your core, using your legs. Come on through, Kanika. Right. This should be awesome and kind of suck at the same time. You can shorten up on it, Yogi. You have a very long one. If you need to, you can shorten up. And switch sides. Right? And relax. Relax, switching stations. So this is old school Kung Fu training here.
Should it feel a little bit like throwing an explosive punch? The side ones did for me.
Yeah, you're looking for this explosion of energy. Do not let Snowflake in the gym, please. Snowflake's the dog. Oh, she was in here. She just walked out of here. Okay. So now, we're going to condition our hands. Right? While also moving from the core. And begin! Right? So, step forward, using the fist, step, punch. What we're going for here is to impact the bag, get the chi through, but not push the bag. I'm not trying to do this. That's a push. I want to, right? I'm indenting the bag. I'm getting energy into the bag. So we're teaching ourselves kind of to use this quick, springy power while also conditioning the fist. Switching up your stance every time, moving from the core, moving from the legs. Right?
Same hand, same leg?
Yes. Right? So we're trying to bring, so springy power, which is the key to this style of Kung Fu, is penetrating. So that's what we're trying to teach ourselves here, is this penetrating. So when you dent the bag, that's penetrating. If you just push the bag, you might get a little dent, but it's a push. Right? I'm not trying to just do this. This is just pushing. I want to right? Alternating. And now we can even switch. Now hit the side of the bag, side like this. Same thing with the feet. I generally come in at a little bit of a down angle. Right? Conditioning the hand, trying to create that dent. If your hands aren't used to this, it might be a little sore, so just don't hit it as hard as you can. The point here is conditioning, teaching the body to move as one unit. Right? We're working on a couple different things here. Yes, you want your steps, great call, Neo. You want your steps to be down. We're not doing this. That is not how we strike in Kung Fu. Our feet are planted, and then we're using that energy to come up through with the waist. So you can use the momentum of the step, but the step is already down. Right? And now, let's try something else. We can try the palm. Right? Something that can help with the palm is you get this last little explosion. Drop that palm into it. You don't have to, but you get a little bit more speed that way, a little bit more power, or more accurately, force. Right, and you're strengthening up that palm. Again, you're trying to hit the bottom part here of the hand, right? This part right here, trying to drive that in. Right? So the feet are kind of just shuffling back and forth. You're not really stomping the feet. And relax, switching stations. Okay. So here, we're going to work. Everyone grab a pole. Right? Come on this side of it. And we're going to work on our blocks, and we're going to do a sequence. And this is actually a partner routine that we do. But here we're going to do it with the general poles. That's what these are called. Right? So get ready, everybody! And begin. So, we're going to take a step. Lock. Grab. Right? You're trying to hit on the edge. Right? We're trying to strengthen the bone here. Don't hit the wrist, and don't do this, and don't do this. Right? We're trying to hit on the edge because that's what you would block with. Other side. Block. Grab. Change your feet when you do each side. Let's just work on this for a little minute. This is a lower inner block. It's inner and it's lower. Right? You don't have to hit it too terribly hard. It's conditioning. Conditioning is about long term. It's not about trying to hit it as hard as you can and then you're bruised for the next 3 weeks and you can't do anything. Right? So you want to make contact, get a little shake in there. So here, you don't want to do this. You're getting all muscle. You want to get here. You're trying to get this part of your forearm. Right? For most of us, this is going to be a little bit more muscle than forearm or forebone. Right? But you want to get that bone.
What are you trying to get with the grab? What's the point?
The point of the grab is because in this style you will grab. And so you're working your core. Yeah, you're working your core and you're teaching yourself to move the energy from your core. So you're not just leaning back, you're trying to get the core. And it'll make sense when we do some pushy hands, sticky hands, which is what we're going to do after the conditioning. Right? So you're working on your stability in your stance, pulling the energy through. Right? So we do now we're going to do an upper block. So right foot, arm comes around and blocks. Yeah, grab. Nope. Drop the hand down and grab. Yeah. Not necessarily all the way down here, but we're not going to grab like this. We're going to grab like this. Right? Right? Other side. Upper block. Grab. Right. Upper block, grab. Upper block, grab. Now we want our hips to be facing our pole. So we want to avoid things like this. Right? We want to keep the hips facing. So our stance, we're working on our stance work here as well. Right? Right? Block, grab. Block, grab. Block, grab. Okay, now let's work on an inner block. Inner block, coming across, grab. Inner block, grab. Grab. So it's just coming across the center, grabbing. Grabbing. Now you might have bruises your first couple of times doing this. I don't get bruises anymore, generally speaking. From this, at least. Because I've been doing it enough. Every now and again, I'll hit the same spot a dozen times or 2,000 times, and then I might get a bruise, but it's pretty rare. Right?
You should touch it. Here?
Yeah, your shoulders should be square. You should be square. We don't want to be like this. You wouldn't be fighting someone like this. This is coming across our center line, right? This is someone's trying to hit us in the face, hit us in the shoulders, hit us in the neck. This is our block. Right? Now we're going to do lower crane. And let's just keep going with this. We ran out of time for lower crane. Lower crane is this. So you come across and here. Pull. Come across. Pull. And switch. We're going to, right? So you come down, pull. Not this. This. Elbow down. So you rotate around the elbow. Pull in. Pull in.
Could you do this on metal poles like this back home, or is that...
You can do it on metal poles, yeah. We have a metal pole outside to do it on as well.
Yeah, no, because back home I have more of these.
Yeah, you can do it on that. You just have to be mindful of it because they're a little bit more, a little harder, right? Oh, we have a metal pole right here that's specifically for that. Get ready! Now we're just hitting the bag, right? So you guys haven't had a strikes class yet, but you do know the Shaolin punch. Go ahead, grab a bag. I'm going to do it on the concrete here. Go ahead and begin, right? So you can do some Shaolin punching, right? Really try to work. So in the Shaolin punch, we're rotating into it, rotating into it, rotating into it, rotating into it, right?
You
Right?
don't want to exhale when you punch?
No,
No.
no.
You keep your breath.
You don't have to when you're doing it right now, but you want to have controlled breathing. If you exhale, but we're not going, huh, huh. And now, you can switch it up a little bit. You can do palm strikes if you want. This is really just working on any kind of strikes. You guys haven't been taught really too many strikes, so you can work on your cardio, right? So you can open hand, work through some combinations. You can get some chops in here. Like I said, you haven't really had a strikes class yet. So, right, you can do back hammer fist. Yeah, you ideally want to be in a walking stance, right? Walking stance is the toe and the heel are in alignment, but you can just practice any kind of striking right now. I would say, since you guys haven't been taught any striking, we're going to work on our cardio, right? Try to get a little jab, jab, cross, right? Jab, jab, cross, jab, jab, cross, right? Jab, jab, cross, right? If you knew a back hammer, you could do a back hammer. You can go with some elbows, right? Just try to keep the energy nice and high. This is what we're going for here, right? I'm not really doing a great elbow strike because it's a concrete wall, but right, try to get some combos. You got a minute and a half left. We want to work on this. You can do some kicks if you want to do some kicks, but again, you probably don't know any strikes yet because it's just your first class or your second class. Strikes are going to be this afternoon with Master Ian, I believe. So you're going to have some more repertoire for next time if you take this class. But for now, we can just work on it as far as cardio. Keep that energy up. We got 1 minute left. Try to get that sweat going. Working on your endurance, right? Try to get some combos. Left, left, right. Left, left, right. Left, right, body. Head, head, body, body. Right? Head, head, body, body. Right? Head, head, body. Right? You can go body, body, head, head. Right? Try to change it up. Go with some different action here. Really try to work on your footwork. Work on moving from the core, exploding up from the legs. Right? Conditioning your hands when you punch. It naturally occurs. Nice. Way to keep the energy up. And relax. Okay, let's put away the bamboo sticks real quickly. Everyone else, let's get down to the training area so we can get on to the next thing as fast as possible. Right? Keep the energy high. Let's go. Let's get our sweat on. Yeah, come on. It's okay to smile. We're having fun.
This is fun. I'm with you, Buddha-san. Come on, guys. Let's
That's
go.
right.
Yeah.
Listen to Jimmy. Jimmy
Come
knows.
on, guys. It's a good day to be alive and a good day to train.
That's right.
Keep the vibe high. Good vibe.
That's right. Get that energy moving. That's right. Keep the energy going. If the last one can close the gates.
Richard. I know, Richard's here.
Okay, let's go, you two. Come on, chit chat. I got the gateway. All right, now we're going back. Yeah, I'm talking to whoever's watching this. Because you'll be hearing. Hands first, teaching ourselves touch sensitivity and getting comfortable with getting into people or being into people's space. It's not really copying a fighting situation, but it is getting us more comfortable with being in close range with people and starting to get more familiar with our touch sensitivity, our touch contact, so that we can use that if we ever are in a fighting situation. You probably didn't hear that, but there was some thunder in the background. So even though it looks beautiful right now, blue skies, we're up in the mountains. This time of year it can kind of open up and rain at any time. Then usually a rainbow will come out and then the sun comes back out. It's nice and beautiful again. Okay, let's set up the stations.
Very close.
Okay. Let's go. You can pretty much stay in the same groups, I believe. Definitely the people who are with me, stay with me. You've done this circuit. No, you need to, no, it's just easier to stay. Okay. Everyone's at, who are you partnered up with? No. Stay in your same partners.
Same groups, okay.
Same group. Okay, we're going to do this one first. Yeah, stick with your same group that you were with in the gym. Same group as the gym. It's not rocket science. Come on, guys. Let's work together. I don't know why you ended up all by yourself. Okay. Here we go. So, there's lighter ones, there's heavier ones.
What's the heavy sand?
Well, there's a heavy concrete. That's the heaviest one. Yeah, so all these are sand. The concrete one is that one. Is the one he picked up. That's the heaviest one. I wouldn't recommend that for your first time. Oh, whoops. I wouldn't recommend that for your first time. I'll use that one. Yeah, it's not about how much it is to pick up. You'll know what I'm talking about in a minute. Because it's not about the weight of carrying it. You're rubbing it on your... Okay. Go ahead and start if you haven't already. So this one, you're going to start by rubbing it on, right? We move it along the forearm here. So right along the edge of the bone there. Feel free to use a heavier one. This is just heavier than those. This one's concrete. All the other ones are sand. Right? And here, we're toughening up the bone, deadening the nerve more or less. Right? And now you can put it on the ground and get the other side of the forearm. And you're putting your weight on it and really grinding the bone. If you're on the muscle, that's not what you're hoping for. We want the bone. Yeah, put your weight on it. Yeah. The more pressure you put, the more you're going to kind of toughen it up and more or less deaden the nerve. Right. And now the tough part. You're going to put it on your legs. So you can start with the feet wide open. Start right below the knees. And then roll. And then roll it back up. And roll it down. Roll it back up. Let it just roll down the leg. Start with the feet open. Right? Right? It will just naturally roll down your leg. And then now bring the feet in a little bit more. You're going to get different sensation depending on the angle of the feet. Usually one hurts a little bit more than the other. If it's too much, you can use a lighter weight. Yeah, so be mindful of that. You may want to just avoid that area altogether. So stopping it. And then bring the feet straight up. Right? Notice which areas tend to be a little bit more sensitive. Yeah. This in the beginning is very difficult. Right? Right? And then bring the feet all the way in. And this way you're getting that full shin bone. Depending on how people's muscles are developed in their legs, certain positioning of the feet hurts more than others, right? Generally, those are the ones you want to work the most. I mean, you don't because it hurts, but those are the ones that are the most sensitive, so it is what you want to work. Don't worry, just a few more seconds. And relax. All right, switching stations. Okay, now we're going to come over here. And we're going to condition. So you can kind of plump it up a little bit here. And we're going to work on our hands. So pick a, right? And here, we're going to keep it simple. So, palm strike. Side heel strike here. Backhand. Back hammer fist. Right? Other side. Now, you want to also get your body and moving everything from the core and the legs. This is a way, and it's not about hitting it as hard as you can. So it's chop, palm, backhand, back fist. I did it a different way in the first one. Sorry about that. Being a little confusing. But here, right? And anytime we're conditioning, it's about repetition. It's not about hitting it as hard as we can. Hit it as hard as you can. After about 10 times, you can't do it anymore. And then you have to put a bunch of Tiger Balm on your hands and wait a week because your hand's all beat up. Right? And here, if you can get the whole body, get into a nice rhythm. Moving from the legs, from the core. So you're teaching yourself to move the whole body as one unit. If it gets too hard, you can soften it up. Now after doing this, today you might have some bruises, some Tiger Balm, some Snake Balm, some Scorpion Balm can work wonders. Can take away those bruises pretty quick. I do recommend it. But generally after you've been doing it for a little while, you don't really get any bruising. Or if you do, they're not very visible bruises. There's just maybe some tenderness. Now you can do a different routine than this. You can switch it up, but this is just a nice routine for beginners. Gives you something to focus on. But you can alternate hands after every strike. You can focus on a particular strike and just work that. And relax. Moving on to the next station. Okay, so there are some more of these over there. This one's kind of brutal. So here we're going to do some more conditioning. We have metal, we have wood, right? And here again, you're thinking the same thing. Hitting the edge, getting the edge. So this one, unlike the blue, you are also making little micro fractures in the bone, right? So just like when you break a bone, it actually grows back stronger. Same idea here. You're making these little micro fractures, and then the calcium's coming back, filling it in, making the bone stronger, right? It's also kind of deadening the nerve. We're not killing the nerves, but we're deadening the nerves, so deadening the sensitivity. Don't forget to get the other side. Right. Depending on what you're using, the wood is going to be softer than the metal. What? Yeah, you're doing good, right? And get the other side, or the other arm. Now you can do this to other areas of your body, but generally when you're doing things like this, it's best to hit the bone. You can't really condition the muscle the same way you can the bones, right? It just doesn't work that way. There's better ways to condition the muscle. You know, practicing having somebody kick the area or hit the area would be better. Like if you're trying to work on toughening up your thigh, You know, having someone kicking each other in the thigh. But you could use this on your ribs, right? If you're really trying to condition your ribs. Don't forget to get the other side of the forearm. You could try it on your collarbone, but honestly the collarbone's pretty weak, so conditioning it isn't gonna really do much. It just doesn't really work. Collarbone will break pretty easily. And then you want to also get the shins. And don't forget to get the other shin. And usually after doing it, things are going to look kind of red. That's a good sign. That means you've been doing it right. No, there's no bone there. Yeah, because you're going to end up doing kicking here and a little bit of defending here. So we want to strengthen up this area. You know, ideally you don't block a kick with the shin, but you do kind of use the leg and use this part of the shin to move the block. And switch. A little imbalance. Okay, so here we're going to work with some weights. And the goal here is we kind of have a little routine because we're trying to work similar to some of the routines here. So we want a weight in each hand. All right. Go ahead and begin. And the first one we're going to work with, you can get into a horse riding stance if you want. This can be helpful. And you're going to come around, right? And you're using your whole body. So it's a backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand. So you're kind of making this figure eight, and we do this in a lot of the routines. So we're teaching ourselves the movement with the weapons, right? And you're working the core, getting it with your legs. And as you get at it, you're not just using the arms, you're using the momentum. So it's teaching you to move energy, not just rely on your arm strength, but using your whole body. Using the core, strengthening the core. All right? Now we're going to switch direction. So now you're going up. All right, nice and controlled. Now we can work a little bit on the blocks. Right hand up, left hand down, inner. Right, rotating around the elbow. Using your core, using your legs. Keeping those elbows tight. And now, switch rotation, right? Different kind of block. Now you're using more of an upper block. Before it was an inner and a lower crane. Right? Now you can do a little forearm. Try to keep the elbows down. Just moving from the wrist. Controlled. You don't really get momentum from this because you're going all the way to one direction and then coming back. The other ones, you're getting more momentum. And then to finish, well, that's about all we have. But you can do, this is a little bit more difficult. And this is a crossing. And relax! Let's put away the toys or the tools, however you want to describe them, so we can get into some pushy hands. Grab some water quickly if you need it. So this is some classic Kung Fu training. We got some strength training, conditioning of the arms, conditioning of the hands, working on building the core, working on using everything together, right? One session isn't going to make you a Kung Fu master or super strong, but it's consistency. You know, doing this every week, multiple classes a week like this. Before you know it, your forearms are like metal rods. Your hands are like concrete blocks, you know. And you just don't get bruises, you don't feel the pain, and you become just this machine, right? Okay, let's line up, everyone, if you've already had water. Okay, next we're going to do some pushy hands. We don't have as much time as I would like, but if I can get a volunteer, come on up. Pushy hands. So turn to the side here so everyone can see. We're going to be in a walking stance. Wide is usually better, right? We're going to make touch contact. Touch contact is this part with the other person. We want to maintain touch contact, right? And I'm trying to, you notice I'm not looking at his hands. I don't want to look at his hands because I want to build up my touch sensitivity. If I'm looking at the hands, I'm going to have to look at it, then relay the message down to my hands, where if I can just touch it, the relay is going to be a lot faster, right? And I want to push them off of their stance, right? He wants to resist that and sink and counter. Why are we doing this? To build up our touch sensitivity. We do tiger crane. So the crane is all about sticking to somebody, right? So we want to stick to them in a situation. And the first step is learning how to manipulate their energy, right? What we kind of want to avoid is this. That doesn't really work on touch sensitivity. And if he was to do that to me, push my hands, right? I could use that against him. So you wouldn't want to teach yourself this kind of habit. So it's not just about moving them, it's about maintaining touch contact and really thinking about controlling their energy, right? So you want to be able to bully them a little bit around, right? Move them around, be in control, right? Move them. The first person to move their feet, either lifting up their toes or their heels, start over, right? It's not about winning. It's about working together to get better, right? So go ahead and partner up. Do we have an odd amount? No, we have an even amount. Right, so partner up. Go ahead and begin when you're ready. And I'm going to come walking around, ideally giving some critique, hopefully trying to help you. So you want to have the opposite footwork of them, right? Yeah. There we go. So that you're both having the same foot forward, right? So here we want to be in a walking stance. Yep, walking stance. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need some guidance.
Yeah, okay. So touch contact,
Okay.
both hands.
Both hands?
Yeah, both hands. And now try to feel their energy and try to move them. Right? So, both of you are moving in this circle, but there's no movement this way. Why not? Right?
open?
Open for right now, but we will do it with our, you can do it with your eyes closed if you want.
What's more difficult?
Generally, probably eyes closed, but you learn more sensitivity with eyes closed. I was going to do one round with eyes closed, but I wanted people to get used to it, especially people who've never done it. Right? So this is okay, but it's not ideal. Right? If I just push their shoulder, that's nothing. Right? Contrary to if you trap them.
Can you do that again?
He's trapped.
Like if you just,
So
if
if
you
you cross
cross
my
his hand.
arm,
Crossing someone's arm, they're trapped. Right? Using that against them. If I just do this, I've let go of touch sensitivity,
yeah,
and I've just pushed their shoulder. It's really pointless.
yeah.
Right? Where here, I'm trying to feel where can I move them, right?
So pulling here is also like
Yeah, you can pull, right? I can push, right? So I want to push and pull. I'm trying to move their energy. Where is their energy the weakest? Here and here, where they don't have a leg. Here and here, where they don't have a leg. So try to use that with your kind of idea of when you're pushing and pulling, right? Same with you guys. The weakest spot is here for him and here, here and here. So when you're coming in, for example, when I'm coming in, right? That's going to be my easiest place to push, but I stay touch contact. I don't want to just play handsy here. What am I doing here? I'm not doing anything, right? I want to try to push and pull. I'm trying to move their energy. If I don't like being on the inside or the outside, I can move my hand around, rotate it around, right? Right? Use your body. Don't be afraid to move the energy around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Wei does. Although I think he might have taken a step there, Wei. Yeah, yeah. Okay, salute your partner and switch. If you don't know what a salute is, it's right hand's a fist, left hand's an open palm. It's just a sign of respect, right? Hey, does someone want to switch over here with these two? Okay, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so for this one, do it with your eyes closed. Okay, well then do it again. You're going to be a pro. So make touch contact first. Make touch contact, and then close your eyes. Right? Try to feel their energy. Try to move them. Don't just go for the outright push. Try to get it into a position. Try to feel their energy. Try to feel where they're resisting. Right? Connect. Connect. Connect with their body.
Sorry, I'll switch cameras.
How's it going over here? That's good. You moved him. Right? You moved yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not about, right? We're not lunging. We want to control. We want to stay controlled and be moving the energy, right? Moving them. The two could maybe be a little closer, right? And then you want to move them and move your energy, move your body, right? We want to use technique more than just our strength.
It's training. Happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, eyes closed. Very good, very good. Eyes closed. Right? We want to stay loose here. You want to stay loose. The looser you are, the more sensitive you are to the energy. If you're just trying to out-muscle it and out-physical it, that means you're going to be tense. And if you're tense, you're not feeling the other person's energy.
I don't do enough like that. I think the whole point is
Huh?
to pull somebody and then like do like the rotation, no?
No. If your heel comes up, you're out.
No, but
Yeah, you're out. You're out. Yeah, you want to keep the tension here. You're moving here. We don't move our feet in this Kung Fu.
But if I take you from here, you do sometimes like this,
Yeah,
moving, without.
without moving the feet.
That's
Yeah.
my problem with my feet. Like, this thing without pulling my heel out.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's problem with the feet. They all want
Yeah,
like
like do like this.
right. We want to move from that central column, right? And it's tricky. Weigh the stepper. I saw you step there. Yeah. Okay, salute your partner. One more round of pushy hands, and then we'll get into some sticky hands. Right? So find a new partner. Your eyes open this time. Hey, can we get someone to switch up with these two? Anyone? 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 All right, thank you, Wei. Thank you. Go ahead and begin. Eyes can be open. You two want to keep your eyes closed, or?
Yeah, I'll always have them closed anyway.
Okay.
I don't know. It's bad reflex. Should I keep them?
Try it with your eyes open. Yeah. But don't look at it.
You're a very strong woman. That's a nice way to say I'm fat.
You're strong. Right? You can bully her. You're wiry. You got to use your advantage, right? So you're not going to overpower her with strength. You got to try to move her with technique. Right? You're a little far, so it's going to be tough to move her. Yep. Right? And what do I mean by technique? I mean moving, feeling it, getting her out of balance. She's just going to lean into you, so you can potentially use that against her. Right? We do want to keep those elbows inside if possible. Keep the elbows inside. Don't be looking at the other person's hands. Look over their shoulder.
You said eyes open?
Eyes open. Right?
eyes wide shut.
Try to keep touch contact. We don't want to just turn it into a pushing game. We want to have control. Okay, salute your partner. Now we're going to get into some sticky hands. Right? So can I get a volunteer? Okay. So just play along, right? You don't need to really. So, sticky hands we can move. Right? We can move, and I'm going for strikes.
Try to block.
And they're trying to block, right? And we're trying to move around, right? We're working together, so don't be just smashing on your person. Also, don't be doing this. That's sparring. This is from touch contact. This is control, right? Right? Again, have control.
Do, like, let's say hypothetically I manage to do this, then I can punch?
Yeah, you have control. Yeah, this is one of the circles you want to work with. So you have 3 circles that you're generally working with. You have this circle, you have this circle, and then you have this circle. So how does that look? So
What do you want me to do?
that's one way, right? I used 2 circles there. I came through this circle, trapped her, came through this circle, right? There's different ways you can do that. If you're stuck on the inside, you can, right? But what you got to watch out for is then they can counter pretty easily if they block it, right? So if they trap your arm and then she goes, I can counter pretty quickly. Yeah, so you got to be mindful of these things, right? Thank you. Sorry. Right? So you can be kind of intense, but not too intense, right? Okay, partner up. And you can move, right? And you just get used to it. Is there a question?
No, this isn't what we were doing.
I did
Together.
sparring with him another time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sparring is different. You can move your feet. Move your feet. You still want to be relaxed, right? If you're just using your muscles, you're missing the point of the exercise. The exercise is to build up touch sensitivity, right? To be able to move their energy and create space for a strike. And we want the strike to come from a relaxed position because this is how we get springy power. If you're just super tense, you're not going to have that hard of a strike, especially from close range.
Cross you over. Don't get that through.
Right? And once you get used to kind of getting a strike in, see if you can get a combo, right? And then if you get several, reset. Don't just beat up on your partner. Get yourself a reset.
And you find each other and relax. And relax, and then you're looking for an opening, so you're looking, maybe.
Yeah, trying to find opening.
So like when you are relaxed, remember, relax. When we are relaxed, Opa.
So the more relaxed you are, the more sensitivity you'll have to the movement.
And you can feel me coming in.
Yeah, so you can feel that, you can feel him moving. So then you can,
When you release, you feel more the...
yeah, if you're just tense,
Can't feel anything.
exactly.
Just feel strength. All
Yeah.
you feel is strength.
Right, so then you can move around that. Make touch contact with both hands.
Okay, question.
Yes.
Here, I don't know what we did, but we ended up like this. How?
Yeah, both holding each
What's
other
what's the
hands.
point?
Well, I would release and just start over again.
Okay.
And I'd just go back to touch contact.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? So you generally don't want to be grabbing too much, and I'll show you why. Right? If you're grabbing, you are enabling one hand for me because you're too busy grabbing my hand. So now it's going to be much easier for me to attack. So if you have the tendency to constantly be grabbing someone's hand, you can use it to their disadvantage, right? You're grabbing, boom.
How'd you do that? When I... Okay, so just...
I just chopped. Anytime you're on the inside, you can hit and come up. But this is what I was saying. Then you could block, and you could counter really quick. Not block by a grab. The other problem is if you're grabbing like that, I slide down, I grab your thumb, you're in trouble. So you don't want to be teaching yourself to grab like this. You want to teach yourself to grab like this, right? This is the crane. And now I can come off of it really quick. If I'm here, I can't come off of it so quick, right? So this is the sticky, right? Yeah. You can raise the energy up a little bit, you know. Get the blood up a little bit, yeah. Hit each other a little bit. No sparring, guys. Touch contact. So move from touch contact. Yeah, there you go.
That counts.
Yeah, because that's touch contact. Sparring is this.
You punched good. That's sparring.
Yeah, because he did this. You guys were like this, and he did this.
So it's more like...
Yeah, you're moving from
like
touch.
this
That's
is okay.
That's touch contact.
Okay, so this is okay, but not like going from the back.
Exactly, because there's no touch contact. So you want to move from touch contact. Once you start to come out in only one hand, then it's sparring. And it's just a different animal. Okay, salute your partner. Go on to the next partner. This will be our last round, so make it count, right? Have nice energy, but go ahead and get a little into it, right? But again, work together. That's okay. You weren't with them for sticky hands. You were with pushy hands, so it's okay. Right? Keep the touch contact. Right? Come back to touch contact if you break it. If you're able to get a strike in, try to get multiple strikes in and try to maintain control. That's the point of this exercise. Getting control. So have touch contact. Don't necessarily pull away because then that starts to be sparring, right? Come on, beat him up. Come on, you got him. Beat him up. Right? You got it. Richard's just playing defense. So try to move around a little bit. Instead of just going straight for a strike, try to cross the hands up. Try to move in the circles.
Yeah, do that combo.
Try to get movements. Try to get movement. Instead of just going for a single strike, which is going to be very difficult, try to get movement and get them out of position. It's going to be much more successful that way. Keep those elbows in. Okay, and salute your partners. Nice work. Good work, everybody. Let's line back up. We're just going to do a little bit of Qigong to get the energy out of our head, but that session was pretty mild. So we're just going to do a little shaking out bad Qi, right? So just coming up on the feet, dropping down. Dropping down, yeah. Right? No need to be forceful on the drop down, just let it happen. Visualize that Qi coming out of the head, going down into the earth. And now do a little bouncing 1 or 2, 3 times, something like this, and then just fall down. Really, the only thing engaging here is the ankles, and then just drop down. Right? Nice and calm. My soothing voice, lullabying you to restfulness. Right? Okay. And feet together. And bow. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy lunch. Great session. You did great. Thank you for joining us. This is a classic example of Kung Fu training here at Namyang. We welcome you to come join us. We'd love to train with you. We're happy that you are watching, but I got to tell you, it's more fun being here than just watching from your couch. You can join us online, YouTube channel. We do have courses online, but it's still not going to be the same as training with us here in Northern Pi. You see the mountains, you see the beauty. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening.